Welcome to SWAG, some wisdom and gear from college admission leaders. Today we're joined by Charles Murphy, Director of Freshman and International Admission at University of Florida. Charles, welcome. I want to start by giving you an opportunity to give your elevator pitch with an overview and why students might want to consider University of Florida.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me. Again, Charles Murphy from University of Florida. So for those who aren't as familiar, we're located in Gainesville, Florida, which is in north central Florida. And we are the research land grant institution in the state of Florida. So we have about 36,000 undergraduate students and over 50,000 students total. So we are a very big and comprehensive university. We're actually one of the most comprehensive universities in the country in terms of programs offered on a single campus. So we have over 100 undergraduate majors that students can choose from, but also things like a law school, a vet school, a med school, all on our campus. So probably anything you want to do academically at the University of Florida, you can accomplish. And I think one of the great things about UF is that when students apply to the university and come into the University of Florida, we really, to an extent, treat all students as undeclared. So you have a little bit of time to explore and decide what you're interested in if you're unsure. But also, if you know exactly what you want to go into, we can sort of start putting you on that track from day one. And then just one interesting thing that's going on at UF right now is our AI initiative, our artificial intelligence. A lot of research and infrastructure is going in around that. And we're starting a new certificate program where students, regardless of their major, whether it's something, technology and STEM related or not, can do a certificate in AI, because we know that data fluency and being able to work with artificial intelligence and technology is just going to be so important for students in the upcoming years.
Sounds like quite a smorgasbord of opportunity down there.
Absolutely.
Great. Well, let's jump into the lightning round of questions, and we'll start with the first, which is what is one unique program offered at University of Florida?
Yeah, one unique program that I think also embodies sort of our ability to do interdisciplinary things is we have a Center for Arts in Medicine at UF. And so undergraduate students can do a certificate in dance, visual arts, or music in medicine. And this program allows students to explore interests in creativity and arts and how that influences health and well-being. So it's not a major, so you could really major in anything and do this certificate program. But again, I think it's one of the ways in which we blend two things that seem different into one area.
That's so cool. What's one fun tradition at University of Florida?
Yeah, I think when you're at UF and probably at an SEC school, your mind often goes to sports. So that's where I'm going to go. At the end of the third quarter, a tradition in the swamp here at UF that we sing two songs. One is We Are the Boys of Old Florida, and the other one is Won't Back Down by Tom Petty. You may or may not know Tom Petty is a Gainesville native. So that's been added as a more recent tradition, but We Are the Boys have been sung at the end of third quarter for a very long time here at UF.
That's great. Well, better Won't Back Down than Free Fallin', right?
Exactly. Yeah, we thought that was a little more uplifting for the team. Yeah.
What's your favorite spot on campus?
Yeah, my favorite spot is just maybe 50 yards from the admissions building is the Plaza of the Americas. It's just a great green space with walkways. During the school year, you're always seeing students out there lounging or in a hammock or throwing a frisbee. And I think it's just one of those snapshots of sort of a quintessential college experience. And again, I'm biased, so it's really close to me. So I often walk through the plaza at lunch on my walks.
Cool. Well, let's kind of take things out a notch and beyond your campus. What do you see as the greatest myth in college admission?
Yeah, I think one of the myths that we see here at UF and also I think at other similar schools that are selective is that we're doing things in the admissions process we don't tell you about. So an example of that is that we limit the number of students we admit by zip code or by county or by high school or something like that. And unless the school says they do that, they don't. And I'm not aware of any school in the country that does limiting in that way, shape, or form to that level of granularity. So we hear that sometimes, again, especially at selective institutions where it can be very difficult to get admitted.
Right. What's going on behind the curtain, right?
Exactly.
Speaking of behind the curtain, what's one truth about college admission?
I think one truth is that there's more than one school for you. And I know that's probably weird for an admissions director to say, and obviously if you're interested in Florida, we want you to come to UF. But at the end of the day, there are tons of great colleges and universities in your home state and across the country that you can find a good fit at, both for what you want to do academically, what you want to do socially, and what works for you and your family financially. So I think that's one of the truths about college admissions.
Well, that's a good segue into our next question about finances is, what should students know about affordability and access?
Yeah, I would say that there are supports at almost every single campus in the country for student access and affordability. So certainly, what you and your family can afford may differ by school, and every school on their financial aid website should have what's called the net price calculator, which will allow you to get an estimate of what you might be eligible for. But also there are supports, especially for low-income or first-generation students on many campuses. So for example, at UF, we have a first-generation student success office that works with first-generation students. So you're gonna find similar supports at other schools as well, beyond just the financial piece.
Thanks. Okay, final question. When students are on campus, what is the best question they should ask, and what is your answer?
Yeah, I think the best question to ask sometimes, and to first of all ask it to multiple people if you're able to, so you can get different perspectives, is what do you do with a free afternoon? And that's just so open-ended. You'll get some people who might have a place on campus they like to walk. They might like to go to the gym. They might like to take a nap. It could be any number of things, but I think you'll get a variety of answers. And I think that's also one of the keys to a tour is you're going to get a great perspective from your 1 or 2 tour guides. But if you can, try to interact with more students because, again, at UF, 36,000 students, it's impossible for one student to represent 36,000.
Well, Charles, what do you like to do on an afternoon at the University of Florida?
Yeah, I sort of gave a sneak peek to this, but I like just getting around on campus. So if it's not too hot, I do like to run around campus, and it's just a good way to see the campus. And one of sort of the informal traditions that I have is that I try to run around on move-in day, because it's just such an exciting time, and to see students and families moving into their residence halls. Although obviously that's one specific day, but that's a tradition that I have. But I would say run around campus is something I like to do.
That's cool. All right, well, that's the wisdom. Thank you. Now it's time for the gear. So we are going to reach into the swag bag and see what you sent us. All right, look at that. UF notebook with a gator there on the front. Nice. And the University of Florida notebook. Cool. Little sketch pad. This is great.
I know everything is very technology, but I'm still a tactile person, so I love the notebooks and that type of thing. So yeah, I hope the students that get this will enjoy it.
I love it. Hey, Charles, thanks so much, and appreciate it. And we will see you next time on the College Guidance Network.
Thanks for having me.